If you are planning to travel to America this month, INEC or no INEC, this affects you directly because starting tomorrow, some Nigerians will need to deposit up to 20,000 US dollars just to get a US visa, and that is not even the biggest story this week. Let's start with what everyone is talking about. INEC has released the tentative list of candidates for 2027. Tinubu, Atiku, Peter Obi and 16 others made it. Their running mates are logged into. Shetima stays with Tinubu, meaning the Muslim ticket is still on. Amechi is running with Atiku Abubakar and Kwankwaso is Obi's pick. This publication is actually a legal requirement because INEC has 21 days to release candidate particulars once submitted, and that includes everything from their academic qualifications to their date of birth. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself submitted his Chicago State University certificate and confirmed he was born on March 29, 1952, meaning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is 74 years old today. But here's the part people are missing. This list isn't even final because INEC can still adjust it until September 12th. So what we are looking at today is a preview, not the final battlefield. And the biggest headline isn't who made the list, it is who didn't, because former President Goodluck Jonathan, nominated by the Tanimu Turaki faction of the PDP, is completely missing. Meanwhile, Senator Sandy Ono, backed by the Wiki-led faction, made the list instead. Sincerely, that's not a small detail, and according to what people are saying online, it simply means INEC is quietly picking a side in the ongoing PDP crisis, because if a former president like Goodluck Jonathan can be left off a presidential list without a public explanation, it tells you exactly how seriously internal party wars are now shaping who even get to run in 2027. Now, here's the story that actually affects your pockets, not just your Twitter timeline while everyone is watching the 2027 race. The US just made a major visa decision that starts tomorrow, and it could cost you thousands of dollars. So here's it. From August 3rd, Nigerians applying for a US B1 or B2 visa may be asked to pay a bond of 10 to 15 or up to 20,000 US dollars refundable, but only if you leave the US on time. Now, this isn't new. It is actually a pilot program from last year, now made permanent, and it is backed by an executive order focusing on tightening immigration enforcement. The numbers explain why the US is doing this, because overstays from the pilot countries dropped to under 50 cases in 10 months compared to over 45,000 in 2024. But here's the catch. Visa applications from those same countries dropped by 83% because nearly half the applicants simply refused to pay the bond. In total, pilot countries paid in about $150 million US dollars during that test period alone, and this isn't only about Nigeria or Nigerian people. The policy affects roughly 50 countries, mostly across Africa. So here's the honest question. Is this the US protecting its immigration system or pricing out ordinary Nigerians like you and me who could never afford a 20,000 US dollar deposit in the first place? Because that is the real gap this policy creates, and we need to speak on that fact. It is not about people who intend to overstay. It punishes everyone who can't prove enough wealth on paper. If you want to understand the political side of who is really shaping 2027, go watch my last breakdown on Kwankwaso's warning to Tinubu's camp, because that particular video, it connects directly to what is happening here with Obi's ticket. So before you go watch that video, let me know in the comments, is this visa bond fair or unfair? See you in the next one.